o'clock. Showtime.
It's
Here
beer
we go,
o'clock.
guys. What is going on here? Are we live? Are we okay? Are we good? Hello, Bronco fans and football fans everywhere. Welcome to the Broncos Buzz on the MHRT network, as well as our own channel, Broncos Buzz on YouTube. This is a show that is everything Broncos and brought to you with emotion, passion, honesty, and of course, Spence's comments, my comments, your comments in the chat. We are Broncos Buzz. What the heck was that?
It's called Friday the 13th.
Oh,
we just got 13th.
Never thought of that. You're right. This is Friday the 13th. And with that being said, I hope everybody stays safe, because if this show doesn't go any better than that intro, we are in a world of hurt. But guys, hope each and every one of you had a fantastic week. Tomorrow is what? Is tomorrow, Spence?
It is Valentine's Day, and yes, I got the 2 dozen roses. I got the card. And
dude, you must have spent bank. I was at Rouse here locally in Southern California. I was at Rouse, and I was going to get my wife a beautiful bouquet. Not something elaborate, but something that doesn't come in a vase and all that. Just take, dude, $59.95.
Costco.
I'm like, holy crap. So I got home and I said, babe, I I love you dearly. I know tomorrow is Valentine's Day. Order whatever you want on Amazon, because I know it's going to be a hell of a lot cheaper than freaking roses. I was like, golly. Yeah.
See, I went to Costco on Wednesday before the crowd. Gave it to him earlier so she could admire them all leading up to today. We're going to go out to do sushi tonight. Got her. Yeah, we're doing Valentine's Day today because tomorrow is so hectic with going to 2 basketball games, 3 birthday parties, and someone
3 birthday parties. Whose birthdays?
2 of my daughter's friends, 1 of my son's friends. So I'm going from here to here to here to here to here to here, starting at 8.
But don't you do that on a normal day?
No,
here to here to here to here. For all of those who don't know behind the scenes, Spence literally got in the green room 4 minutes. 1 minute before, or 1 minute. It was before the show, so it was crazy. But that's the kind of life he has, man. That's the kind of hectic life he has. It's all good. Other than that, Spence, how was your week?
Week was good. Definitely financially a very, very good week. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but a very good week. How about you? How was your week?
It was good too. It was as well. Last Saturday was crazy at the golf course. It was 220 people when I left at 1 o'clock. I found out it ended up being 238 players on Saturday. It's ridiculous. So that being said, I guess it's because there was rain. There was rain on Wednesday, this past Wednesday. And there's expecting a lot of rain this coming week. But hey, guess what? I'm going to be home probably because the golf course will be closed because of the heavy rains, and we have grandkids. So we're gonna have 2 grandkids in the house when it's raining outside. So that's gonna be fun. But hey, I love the grandkids. It's all gonna be great. My wife Susie and our granddaughter Valerie will probably be making, baking things, and Julian and I, my grandson Julian and I, will probably be playing video games, which is always fun. It's always fun. So it's good, man. It's always good, man. Let's hit the chat real quick before we jump into the show. Go ahead, Spence. Hit the chat real quick, would you?
Yeah, we'll start here with Victory Lap. Victory Lap, yo!
Yo! What is up? He said, he says about ready to clock in. Well, there you go. You got the whistle. So we played the whistle for you. So there you go, man. What is this? I don't get this one.
Brees Hall.
That one I'm not getting. That one I'm not getting quite yet. Oh, maybe Brees Hall. He wants him on the Broncos.
Oh, definitely.
Is he available?
I think he's a restricted free agent.
Well,
I don't know. Honestly.
Okay. Well, we'll check into that. Daniel says, beautiful couple.
Yes, my wife and I are a beautiful couple. Thank you so much, Daniels. And also, Bill and his wife, they're a beautiful couple too. So thank you so much, Daniels, for that compliment. I know both of our wives will appreciate it.
Absolutely. And draft Casey Concepcion. How do you draft? You can't draft. You have to trade, right?
Not always.
Or trade draft pick. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what it's okay.
He's clocked in already, and he's doing work with one hand and trying to text with the other hand.
True. William Barrett says, hi. I say hello. What's going on, my friend? Thanks for being in the chat, man. I really do appreciate it. David Yarkin says, Bronco country, back home again from the hospital. Have home health nurse about 5 days a week. Wow. David Yarkin, I wish you all the best. I can't even begin. I can't even begin to tell you, the loyalty that you have to this show. I really can't express the gratitude. Really can't, for what you're going through. I hope we bring some type of joy, some type of peace to you, some type of encouragement. That's what we strive to do. You've been a loyal fan, man, a loyal fan, and I wish you all the best. Absolutely all the best. Oh my gosh, that hits hard. He follows up by saying the running back from the Jets. Oh, he's talking about Brees Hall. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if he's available, I'd love to get him. Absolutely love to get him, man. Hang on. Go back up to in the draft. He goes, in the draft. Duh. just throwing it out there. Didn't know, man.
Throw it there.
Yep. Jackson Jimenez says hello. I say, what is up? Nice to have you.
How's the 5 o'clock hour treating you?
Madungus, Bill usually just brings frustration. I try not to. I try and bring joy. I try and bring happiness. I try and bring, I know positive things serve you. I know. I hear people say, "Well, I'm always negative." Hey, I say what's out there. I say and feel what's out there. All right. That being said, about positive and negative things, let's jump into the very last game of the 2025-2026 NFL season, which ended fantastically because New England lost. All right, final score, Seattle 29, Patriots 13. Spence, did you find that game boring? I did not. Did you find that game a beatdown? I did. Did you find that game could have been totally different if it was Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos?
Oh, by all means. And most important thing, when you say the Seattle Seahawks won, they won by more than 4.5 or 5 points or whatever fiscally beneficial aspect you guys had. I can tell you this: my wife heard about me placing the bet, and so she's already spent the winnings already. So, oh well. That's what happens when you give your credit card to your wife and like, yeah, go ahead, shop for supplies for the house, groceries, everything else, and then she buys this and this and that and that and that and that and that.
Yeah.
But the game pretty much went how we had discussed and talked about it. I mean, the Seattle Seahawks had a top 5 difficult schedule. Look at all the opponents they played. The AFC or the NFC West was brutal, was tough. Every game was a battle. Their 3 losses were by less than a score. Mm-hmm. Then you have New England Patriots, who had the second easiest schedule by strength of schedules. And they played 11 games against coaches who got fired in 2025. That was 8 coaches who got fired. Yeah. Who did they beat in the playoffs? They beat the Chargers. The Chargers were an injury-riddled mess. They beat Houston. No, they didn't beat Houston. Houston beat themselves. They beat the Broncos. The Bronco in a snowstorm. And the Broncos didn't have their
We beat ourselves. We
beat ourselves. So you put that all together, Vegas is very happy because they made a whole lot of money. Thank you, New England fans. But especially they made a kill over-under bet because the game didn't go over. They made huge financial benefit to them. I know my friend who works at a casino, which I can't tell you, said that they had their biggest profits in about 8 years from the Super Bowl because prop bets got nowhere near them because no one was scoring. Neither offenses were scoring or doing anything. Look, was it a boring Super Bowl? Absolutely not. You've got to expect when you have 2 good defensive teams, this is going to happen. So it's expectations. Was that fourth quarter amazing and incredible? Yes. Awesome. Back and forth. Lots of points. Yay. So people were happy. In the end, you know what? Seattle was the best team in the league from start to finish. First game till the Super Bowl. They deserved it. Well deserved. Congratulations, 12th man. Now go celebrate.
Yeah. So on the heels of that, well, before we get in that, let's get in here. Victor says, what game? The Super Bowl? Well, yeah, it was a game. Still, I mean, go back to the 85 Chicago Bears. That defense was stellar. How about the Broncos game against Carolina, Super Bowl 50? That was a defensive game. So, yeah, defense wins Super Bowls. Everybody said that. Offense wins or offense scores points, but defense will always win games. Always. Because if you could keep them out of the end zone and force field goals, all that kind of thing, well, then, yeah, you get your defense going to win games. Just plain and simple. Plain and simple. Victor Lapp also says Vegas called and had that TD call back. What TD was called back? The one where the holding penalty where he ran around the end and scored that.
Oh, yeah. No, Vegas didn't do that. Come on.
Did I do that? No, we got that one coming up too. Did I do that? Yeah. That's a good one.
Nice. No, in the end, hey, it was a good Super Bowl. It wasn't what the fans want up and down the field, high scoring, final score 49, like the Rams KC Monday Night Football game several years ago, 51-48. It wasn't like that. It was a defensive battle until the fourth quarter. And you know what? You got it. When it comes to football, real football fans, you're patient. The people who are not patient with football are the ones who are complaining. You know what? Go back to your, webcams and social media, gripe all you want.
Now, one last comment in regards to the Super Bowl directly. Does this set? Not that I care, but we are a show with different teams that we bring in and different players that we talk about. Does this set back Drake May confidently going into next year?
No, because he took a big step forward, but
he got hammered in that Super Bowl. 6 sacks, 2 interceptions, and a fumble.
Well, that left side of that offensive line, 2 rookies going against 2 all pros.
Yeah.
It was bound to happen. And Seattle knew where the weak spot was and attacked.
Oh, absolutely. It was part of me wants to say I felt sorry for him, but I really don't.
I don't.
I don't.
Now I'm waiting for New England Patriot fans to come show up because they were all over our show last week, griping and telling us, "Oh, we're going to win all this and all that." I'm really waiting for you, Jose. Is it Jose Life on Mars? Because last week you told me that you drank Sam Adams. Guess what I'm drinking tonight? Sam Adams.
Hey, how do you like the flavor, by the way?
Love the summer ale flavor. Very smooth, very easy. So even though I dropped the ball with the Molson, Sam Adams, I came through. So the
you're trying to make it up. You're trying to make it up. That's hilarious, dude. That's funny. That's good stuff, though. But you know what? You came through, so that's all good.
Amen.
Pats fans still crying. Trust me. Yeah.
We trust. I have a good friend.
But here's the thing: did anybody really think and feel at the beginning of the season that New England even had a chance, regardless who they played in the Super Bowl, if they got there?
I read an article that they were 80-1 to start the season. Someone made a $50,000 bet for them to make the Super Bowl. He cashed in. Yes, that was in Vegas.
Oh my gosh, that is wow.
Someone in Vegas who also placed a $50,000 bet on the Seahawks to win the Super Bowl at 60-1 odds and cashed in on that. So
wow.
There are people who know.
Well, go ahead.
No, I'm just going to say it's going to be interesting for 2026 because New England now has to play, as well as the Broncos, a first place schedule. So they're going to be going against much more difficult.
Yeah, but they still got their weak division with the Jets and the Dolphins. And Buffalo's not weak, but you got the Jets and Dolphins. I mean,
you got the Jets, the Dolphins. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe
with new leadership and getting a receiver out of there, getting a better general manager, a better coach.
Yep,
I give them a chance.
Yeah, true. All right. Speaking of getting something, like winning something, all right? Well, the main topic of the show is Drew. Uh-oh. I recognize that name. Drew Lock gets a Super Bowl ring. Wait a minute. I got a problem with this. I got a problem with this with the NFL. And I understand the contracts and the way things are done, but I don't agree with it. Here we go. And I'll tell you why, Spence. I want your comments. Former Broncos quarterback Drew Lock became the 6th drafted quarterback by the Broncos to earn a Super Bowl ring as a player when Seattle won. Only 2 drafted quarterbacks by the Denver Broncos have ever won a playoff game. Who are those 2, Spence?
Well, let's see. John Elway and
nope. John Elway was not drafted by the Broncos.
Okay. Morton Anderson. No.
Nope. Was Craig not drafted. Huh?
Craig Morton?
Nope. Was not drafted by the Broncos. He came from Dallas. Think most recently.
No,
only 2 drafted quarterbacks by the Denver Broncos have ever won a playoff game. Guys in the chat, chat.
It's the quarterback from Florida who beat Pittsburgh. God.
Come on, Tim Tebow.
Tim Tebow and the guy who we drafted, who was the who when Manning went,
who broke his ankle?
Bo Nix.
Bingo.
No, didn't we draft another quarterback who won?
Who? Not Brock Osweiler. He didn't win a playoff game. No, he would. No, he was in the last game of the regular season when they were losing to the Chargers and the Broncos had to win that game to get home field advantage. Peyton Manning came back in and won the game. He never came back in.
Oh, I thought Brock Osweiler won one game in the playoffs.
Nope.
No,
okay. Not in the playoffs. Nope.
Tim Tebow and Bo Nix.
That's it. All right, let me continue.
Uh-huh.
The other 5 drafted quarterbacks by Denver to win a Super Bowl ring are Jeff Lewis, 1997-1998 Broncos backup, Brian Greasy, 1998 Broncos backup, Tommy Maddox, 2025 Steelers backup. Excuse me, not 2025, 2005 Steelers backup. Brock Osweiler, 2015 Broncos backup, and Trevor Siemian, 2015 Broncos backup. The reason why Osweiler and Siemian both were backups was because that's when Peyton Manning was out, and Trevor Siemian was brought in when Brock Osweiler played 7 games for the Broncos that year, went 5-2. Went 5-2. So let me ask you a question, and here's what bothers me. All right, Jeff Lewis got a ring, Brian Greasy got a ring, but here's the thing. My opinion is this, and I don't write the contracts to these guys, and I'm not involved directly or indirectly, but for that measure, with the NFL. But how in heaven's name, if you can sit on the bench and do nothing but hold a freaking clipboard with an earpiece in your ear and not play a single down in the entire season and or playoffs and or Super Bowl and get the same exact freaking ring that the guys who busted their ass, and got bumps and bruises and injuries and whatever and did everything on the line to win those games, and you sit back with a clipboard and get the exact same freaking ring? There should be a backup ring, like one with less diamonds and smaller sides and something that says backup on it. I mean, I don't mean to be irate about this, but Brock Osweiler, in my opinion, deserved that Super Bowl ring because he played 7 games in the season and he contributed. He beat the Patriots on that Thanksgiving week. I remember because I was at my sister's house and watching. We loved it. Beat New England in Denver in the snow. Oh, speaking of snow, come back to haunt us. But beat it, New England in the snow. Went to Chicago, beat the Bears in the snow, and won 5 out of 7 games. Yes, he deserves an absolute identical Super Bowl ring. These other guys, no. Do I think Drew Lock deserves one? No. But he gets one, and that's what bothers me. Am I wrong, Spence? I mean, you know more about contracts than I do, so go ahead and say it.
You sign a contract, you're part of the team. No matter if you are the cleaning boy, the clipboard holder, the starting quarterback, contractually speaking, you are, even if you want to know something, I don't know if they still have this in the NFL. Even if you were on the team for 1 game and didn't even get on the field, you still get a ring.
Well, I'm not saying that they shouldn't get a ring. I'm just saying it should be a little bit diminished. I mean, if you have a general manager in a business, he's going to get more retirement money than the next guy down the line and down the line, down the line. Still part of the team, still part of the organization, but you're not at that level. You're still part of the team. That's what I don't understand. You know, I mean, Waterboy person squeezing water into good Gatorade, whatever, into players' mouths, or I don't know. I just think that levels. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
You can't, because then you're going to have an HR issue called discrimination. And then it
discrimination for position?
No, discrimination for a different type of ring for a different player and anything like that. I mean, if you're part of the winning organization, everybody should get the same type of ring or the same type of bonus.
Okay.
Or the same, you can't. In this day and age, you can't discriminate, unfortunately. Bill, are you going to give one guy who played one game, probably made an incredible game-saving or touchdown-saving tackle and never played another game, the same ring as Drew Lock, who did nothing but prep and be ready to go?
I see your point. It just caught me off guard because I'm sitting there going, Drew Lock didn't do a dang thing, and he ends up being a Super Bowl champion.
He didn't do a dang thing on the field. Off the field, he probably did all the prep work, all the support, all the reps. He did everything that was asked for him in his contract.
I don't mean to be negative. I'm just trying to figure out how. I mean, okay, let's say you're at your job and somebody comes in and just takes notes and doesn't do anything and whatnot, and you guys get a multi-billion-dollar contract and you're all getting percentages and stuff, and he gets the same thing. Wouldn't that make you feel bad for all the hard work you did?
No, because it's a team effort. And honestly, and this is the battle we have this day and age. I'll give you an example. One of my job I led the team in closed contracts with 55 this past year. Do I get a bigger bonus than anybody else? No. And it doesn't bother me because some people worked on hundreds in almost billion-dollar contracts, which took a little more time, whereas I was working on probably contracts that were 10 to 100 and I think 180 million. So there wasn't as much detail. So does that, I mean, everybody does their part. Right. And if you're going to say, well, because you didn't do as much as me, you're not part of the team and not part of the reward.
Good call. Good call. And you know what? Jimmy makes a good point. He says it's called being part of the team, Bill. Okay, yeah. I get it. I get it. I don't know.
When you're on a team, there are people who do a lot more and people who do a lot less, but you share equally in the wins and the losses.
Yeah, true. Good point. Speaking of relishing in the wins, how about this one? Drew Brees is a first ballot Hall of Famer and thanks Sean Payton for his belief and confidence in him and his ability. Brees also said that he needed New Orleans more than New Orleans needed him. He said it was an absolute honor and a gratitude from the bottom of his heart because and I was at that game in San Diego when the Broncos played the Chargers and Drew Brees was back to pass and got, I think it was might have been by John Lynch. I think it was John Lynch that hit him and just wrecked him. And he was done. And that's why the Chargers got rid of him. They released him saying he's done. He's never going to be able to play again. Sean Payton took an interest in him, took him under his wing, took him to New Orleans, and Drew Brees is going into the Hall of Fame as a first round selection. Is that amazing? I mean, you talk about going from the depths of obscurity to not being able to even play again to getting into the Hall of Fame. And he said he attributed that solely 100% to Sean Payton for the trust in him and for giving him that opportunity. I have no idea what his speech is going to be like. but I am going to tune in because I can imagine it's going to be very emotional, very heartfelt. And congratulations to Drew Brees on being a first round a selected Hall of Famer into the 2026 Hall of Fame. Oh, a class of 2026 Hall of Fame. Spence, what are your thoughts about Drew Brees' first round ballot?
More than well deserved. I mean, to go from that moment where you're in your rookie contract with the Chargers, and your last game you're injured significantly, and the Chargers decide not to re-sign you. He was an unrestricted free agent, and then for Sean Payton to see the vision and to have the trust, and for Drew Brees to have that trust also to want to get to the same area. This is an indication of the amazing talent that Drew Brees has, but the amazing coaching ability that Sean Payton has. So Drew Brees being a first ballot Hall of Famer, congratulations, well-deserved, well done. And I appreciate the humility that Drew Brees showed while being a professional quarterback. He got onto a team that had gifted athletes and just helped to blend everything. And New Orleans could have and should have won more than just one Super Bowl. But you know what? They got to one. They finished it off against Peyton Manning.
I was just going to say, and they beat one of the greatest, in Peyton Manning.
and that game, which involved one of the boldest second half start the second half onside kick. Did that take the momentum away from Indy and just
easily
to New Orleans the rest of the way? I mean, easily. I mean, if they don't recover that onside kick, who knows where that result of that game was, because the Colts could have kept the momentum and maybe have just.
Well, the Colts were ahead at halftime when that happened.
Right. Yes, they were.
Yeah. That was crazy when he did an onside kick. Of course, you can't do it now because now you got telegraphing right across the sky and put a banner out there. We're going for an onside. So freaking stupid. Anyways.
I a side note. I know we're going on a tangent. From the professional football aspect, I hate the kickoff as it is right now.
Really?
From a integrity and health standpoint and player safety, I understand.
Well, why don't we all just put them in bubbles and we'll just put them in bubble wrap and just run them around the field? I mean, it's getting that way. Spence, you have to admit it's getting that way. You can't breathe on a quarterback if his name is Patrick Mahomes or
Tom Brady. Tom Brady, if he got scraped, would scream and yell, "Wait a minute, he touched me! He touched me! Yeah!" And of course, if the game was in England, Tom Brady had to do the look and, I'm sorry, Mr. Brady, here's the penalty flag. Personal foul. We know the defensive team just intercepted and returned it for a touchdown. Personal foul. Unnecessary touching of Tom Brady. 15 yards, first down.
Tom Brady waves this. Hey, man. Hey, I got this one.
Tom Brady does the "Do you know who I am?"
He doesn't wave any money?
No, he just goes and says, "Do you know who I am?" And then
he does his credit card.
And then he does what Clayton Huron goes, "Hey, guys.
What's up?
Clayton Huron, how you doing?
Smash that like button. Smash that like button and share, guys. Absolutely. Share with your friends. I thought because Spence held up a bit, I thought maybe you were going to share. Just saying. Just saying. Absolutely, Clayton. Happy Valentine's Day, my friend. Thank you so much. That's what it says underneath mine. It says Happy Valentine's Day to all. And Clayton follows up by saying, had a glow dance party. What's a glow dance party?
I think we're predating ourselves.
After school for my little man. Tons of fun. Sweet glow dance.
Good job.
Okay. That's awesome. That is awesome.
Oh,
it's always
one thumb up, two thumbs up,
three thumbs up. Nice. 1, 2, and 3. Sweet.
Amen.
Love it. Love it.
So,
All
Clay,
right.
did you have any financial interests on the Super Bowl that helped you out a little bit? I know you probably did.
Well, I'm not going to ask you how much you won because obviously you went out to dinner and had a good time. So, and you had sushi. And sushi ain't cheap from what I understand.
Oh, no, it's not cheap. But let's just say this. I made enough money to take care of my honey, take care of our Costco shopping, take care of sushi, pay a few bills, and
holy crap, dude. Would you lay down $1,000?
Anyways, next topic. I mean, Bill, anybody who is a savvy football fan knew this point spread was easy. Knew it.
Yeah, okay, let me ask you a question. You don't have to go into detail. We could talk about it in the green room or even on the phone. But where do you make your bets? This stuff you can't do in California unless you go to one of these Indian casinos. I don't think. Can you do it there?
Oh no, you can do it online. I have a buddy who, and I think I've told this story before. I have a buddy who
give me the buddy's address. I'm not address, but
no
connection.
No.
Okay, I'll go through you then.
So I have a buddy who had a sports wagering account, and during the pandemic there was
that's right, you did mention that. Yeah,
I just, because you could see if you looked at the report who was in and who was out, you could obviously, and I made a lot of money, took a little out, and the wife went,
oh, that's right, you got that account that's built up. I got it
that I cashed out, and we've done a few trips, and now I just put it back up to a certain amount. And now I've got
5 more.
Now I've got to cash out to pay for the car repair bill.
Well, what happened to your car, dude?
Oh, it went kerclunk.
Wait, what?
Let's just say this. BMW's parts are not
extremely expensive.
Yes, but I don't go through the dealership. I know someone out here in Santa Clarita, but he showed me this coolant failure, some coolant failure part, and he took it out and he showed it to me, and he said, feel the part. And you would think it would be metal. It was plastic, and it had melted. And he goes, how long have you had your car? And I said, it's a 2020, so I've had it about 6 years. He goes, yeah, that's about right.
No way. Oh, that's just jacked up.
He said, oh, just pay me $100.
Well, speaking of good segue.
Great segue.
Speaking of worst things that could happen, how about worst fan bases?
Oh.
This is from Denver Broncos 365. Now, I'm giving them a plug only because I love one of the things they said. Okay. Now I'm going to ask you on the 5 that they called worst fan bases. I'm going to ask you, do you agree? Okay. Here it is. I had to bring this topic into the show because of the topic worst fan base. Here is what Denver Broncos 365 said, and I would have to agree. Seattle, number 1 worst.
No.
Buffalo Bills, number 2.
What are we defining as worst? I mean,
I don't
fan bases. Yes, they may be a little aggressive, but I
think it's talking about aggressive and obnoxious kind of thing.
Hang on, go Bills, right, Squirrel? Yeah, worst fan base? No, the Bills Mafia. You know, I've got a coworker who's part of the Bills Mafia. She's amazing. Yeah, no, I'm not sure what they're thinking.
Okay, but that's not what I'm basing on this. I'm just bringing this out what he said. But I love the last one. I love that. Jacksonville, number 3. It says and he says it's only because they only have 5 fans.
you know what? I
How about this one? Baltimore number 4.
no.
But here's my favorite. This is why I brought it in. Honorable mention New England, but my favorite is this. My favorite is this. He said the Chargers don't count because I'm not even convinced that's a real franchise. I totally agree. I agree.
So
That's why I brought it in. That's why I brought it, because I've been saying forever they don't support their team. That's the only reason why I don't care about the other 4 up there. That was just something they brought in. But I love the fact they said the LA Chargers because they don't even think they're a franchise, a legitimate franchise. I love that. I know that was probably a slap in the face, a tongue-in-cheek kind of thing, but hey, I love it. So that's why I brought it.
I mean, what are the parameters? That's the only thing worse, because I wrote down and I was like, I tried to get my 5 worst. I came up with 4. 2 of them you hit. Chargers. I mean, you were San Diego. You own when you were San Diego, you had one of the most amazing fan bases. You came up here. It was pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, but I went to a lot of those games and there was orange everywhere.
Right. But because the ownership was not looking after the fans, they were looking after their pocket.
And, well, that could be true, but still, if you're not going to show up, then yeah, go ahead. What's the next one?
So I had Chargers. I had Arizona Cardinals.
Oh yeah. Cardinals. Yeah.
I had Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, I would agree.
And then I had Jacksonville. The only reason I have Jacksonville is I don't know how much of the Florida base has really embraced Jacksonville, where more Floridians are more Miami fans.
Yeah.
So and then trying to come up with a 5th team to make the 5, I just couldn't. Now, Squirrel, you bring up a good one here. If we're looking at attitude and how
they are cocky.
How they're cocky. Yeah, they're New England Patriot fans, bottom 5 worst. No way.
Oh, you know who I can't stand if we're talking cocky or arrogant or obnoxious? Cleveland Browns. Because they throw biscuit. Come on, they threw biscuits at Elway. Come on, you don't do stuff like that. You don't throw stuff on the field. That's just not being a good fan. You can boo, you can cheer, you can yell out, you suck or whatever. They do it at hockey games all the time. You don't see. Okay, I'm a big Avalanche fan, right? And we cannot stand the Vegas Golden Knights, okay, because they've beaten us several times in the playoffs. So whenever something happens where they go, Vegas sucks, Vegas, but you never see them throwing things on the ice ever. So why are you doing that in football? In the ice, you're a lot closer. You can hit somebody in the ice pretty easily. In football, you got to throw it a pretty good. Why are they doing this? That's what I'm talking about. Obnoxious. Maybe that should have been who's the most obnoxious fans. Then I'd have to say Cleveland,
New England,
Green Bay.
I hate
Green Bay.
I'd go Jets fans.
Oh, good call.
I listened to a buddy's podcast for the Jets just because I listen to everybody and I support everybody. And Jet fans, I think they're desperate, but Patriot fans are delusional.
All right, let's flip the script. Let's flip the script and just throw that one out there. That we just did. Let's flip the script. Who's the most, I would say, welcoming but non-harassing stadiums to go to? I was in Qualcomm Stadium in San Diego. Well, I got picked on quite a bit there, but when I was in Carson, no problem when I went to Carson. I've heard that other places you can go to SoFi Stadium on a Charger game or a Ram game, and yeah, and I say it. I'll say it in a minute, and not get harassed.
Yeah.
So where would you say would be the most, if you're a Bronco fan, where would you go that you wouldn't be harassed? Paul Smith says, I'd say Dallas for what? For obnoxious?
Probably obnoxious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree.
I honestly, I hear great stories about people who go to Green Bay.
Really?
And the fans are unless you're a Bears or a Vikings.
No, I'm talking Broncos. If you're a Bronco fan going, I work with a guy at the golf course. He's a huge Charger fan, and I can attest to that. He is a legit Charger fan. He said he went to Kansas City this past year, and he said that they sat with Kansas City, amongst Kansas City fans, or all surround him, obviously. And he said they were super nice. They were super nice and saying, hey, you guys got a great quarterback and blah, blah. And I'm like, what the heck? Really? Kansas City? I would not have suspected that.
Here's an interesting story from Squirrel. No one is that bad at Highmark. I went to primetime games against Patriots, and one was that angry at each other, surprisingly. And one was
it's surprising, and no one was that angry.
No one. Yeah.
Huh. I guess it all depends. I mean, if the Broncos go to, let's say, Dallas, they're not going to be picked on. It's a different conference, totally different division.
I think if there's a significant rivalry, then the fans get more heated.
Sure.
I would say this.
Would you go to Vegas with the Bronco Raider game?
I think yes.
You would.
I would because my buddy Jack and my buddy Navman would have my back because I'm on their shows. No, and you know what?
But it's not in Oakland too. Oakland's completely different than Vegas.
Oh no. And I've told you my one story. The one time I went to the LA Coliseum where I wore my Bronco gear, and my dad immediately got me out of that stadium quick, fast, and in a hurry. So I have talked to Bronco fans who have gone to Vegas, and yeah, there's sections where it could be very, very altercationally.
Well, don't go to the black hole, man. That's
don't go to
you're
the
gonna
black
get
hole.
sucked in there.
But there's other locations where they've gone to, and Raider fans are genuine. They understand it, but it's just when it was in Oakland, oh no, I would not risk anybody's life going to an Oakland Raider game.
I wouldn't want to be in Oakland in the daytime. Forget about going to a stadium. Just be in Oakland. That's like being in where? Compton? It's Southern California.
Okay, well, let's try to be supportive of our.
I am supportive. All right. Speaking of non-support, speaking of supportive, and maybe not so much, but let's go to one of two segments. First one is called Did I Do That? Here it is.
Did I do that?
And here it is. Former Minnesota Vikings running back Adrian Peterson loves to play poker and takes it very seriously, especially when, lots of money is involved. Well, that's the first problem right there. And probably some drinking and probably anyways, Peterson and another player, poker player, got into a fist fight due to a dispute over a poker hand. This was at Jokesters in Houston. So Adrian Peterson goes and plays poker regularly. He loves the game and everything. And there's a dispute over a poker hand, and he decides to get in a fight. Oh, by the way, he got knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
The guy that hit him knocked him out. Now, Adrian Peterson used to play football in the NFL. Oh, but he had a helmet, and he had shoulder pads. and he didn't have anybody hitting him in the head. This guy did, and whoo, down he went. Spence, seriously, you're going to get into a fight over a poker hand at a poker establishment or whatever called joke? Yeah, well, there you go. There you go. But seriously, and now Adrian Peterson is injured, and I don't. They didn't say he's got press charges, which I doubt, because it's apparently. Oh, by the way, apparently they know each other and are friends.
That's
well, not on that night.
no.
What do you think of that, Spence?
I mean, again, you're involving gambling, you're involving drinking, you're involving two high testosterone individuals you're playing poker. When you play, yes, I like playing poker with my buddies. Am I going to go to a poker house or a casino and play? No, because you're up against guys who know everything about facial reactions, hand reactions. I mean, I have an essential tremor. When I have a good hand, it probably will exacerbate like that. I just, nothing positive happens. Yes, you might win money, but you're going to lose something. So, you know what?
he lost his ability to stand up. That's what he lost.
I just, there's nothing good that came out of this. And now I got a question for you, because I was researching this. Is this something that was recent, or was it?
No, this was May of last year.
7 months ago. Okay. Because they have the video of it.
And the only reason why it came out this late is that Peterson tried to keep it hush, but somebody leaked it out.
Someone leaked it out and posted the video, and it exploded.
Yep.
I mean, look, I'll tell you right now, I enjoy my beers. I like having my beers. Am I going to mix a beer with any competition? No, because you got to have
maybe volleyball.
After volleyball.
Oh.
Well after volleyball. Well after volleyball. No. I'll tell you right now, I played volleyball with buddies who are like, hey, we're in between game 3 and 5 and 4. You want a quick beer? And I'm like, no. Because what does beer do when you're being athletic? Dehydrates you much faster.
Yep.
So there's a reason why you don't drink during competitions, and especially when you're drinking in any kind of event that you have to be thinking, you're not using your smarts, you're not using your wisdom, you're the part of your brain that controls the logic aspect is going, ew. So
well, we do a pretty good job here on the show.
Well, that's because we're having fun and enjoying the camaraderie of everybody in the chat. So
exactly. All right, let's
hang on 1 second. Squirrel Spectre. After this, go ahead.
What? No, go ahead. Go ahead. Put it up there. What did you say?
Spectre, tell me what beer you like. I'll get it for next week's show. All right. Did I do that?
Okay, let's back out of did I do that? And then we'll get into the next one.
Did I do that?
Now, there's not a ton of information revolving around this, but it's relevant to bring because it involves a first round draft pick. And whenever there's a first round draft pick and something bad happens, their career is probably not going to go too far down the line. So here it is. This is this week's Jackass of the Week.
You suck, you jackass.
Oh, no. Excuse me. I screwed that up. We need to do it this way. Sorry about that. Take 2.
You suck, you jackass.
All right. Now, Falcons rookie first round draft pick James Pierce Jr. was arrested last Saturday, just less than a week ago, in Florida on domestic violence charges of an aggravated battery with a deadly weapon and aggravated stalking. This comes per court records. He is already arrested. Apparently, no other details that come out than say whether it was a male or female that
Male.
but huh?
It was a female. It was a member
I
of the
figured because it was stalking. So, Spence, if you have any more details on that, please bring that because that's all I have. So please share that.
Oh, so I don't know what got into the argument, but it's a player who plays for the LA Sparks women's basketball team.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So Atlanta Falcons is involved with the LA Sparks female basketball player?
2 counts of domestic battery. He's
geez.
30. He's 22 years old. He finished 3rd in the rookie defensive player of the year. And you get into some kind of domestic dispute with, they didn't say girlfriend, they didn't say partner, they didn't say fiance. I mean,
but he's stalking her.
Exactly.
That means intent to harm.
Intent to harm, which is he's gonna get a strike against him. What now? The Atlanta Falcons quickly came out and said, we have no comment on the situation. We're going to let this play out in the courts and with the.
Of course, they're going to have to. It's a criminal charge.
I mean, this is stalking.
Now wait a minute. If he is Atlanta, does he live in Atlanta? Does he live in LA? How does he know this female?
They didn't connect the dots, or they're not saying how they're going to connect the dots. Because,
probably not, because it's still under investigation. Yeah,
exactly. And when it comes to the court case, that's when if this came out in the media right now, it would pollute the jury.
Right.
Jury trial. Yeah. This is a 22-year-old who didn't get his way and is overreacting to get his way and to show power and authority over a girl.
All right. Let me ask you this. Spence. Okay. I've never had a problem. I've never had a problem with my game, if you know what I'm saying. Right. I never had a problem with my game. You know, high school, dating, whatever. I'm not wealthy. I'm not multi-millionaire like these guys are that come out of college and sign these contracts. I don't think you've had any problem with your game. I mean, I've seen you on a game show. You didn't have any problem with what, with being you know what I'm saying? So why do these guys feel they have to have that type of control? Do they not have game? Do they not say, hey, you know what? I can just be me and just, I know it's a power trip, I guess. I've never had that type of power trip. Never want it because it doesn't seem beneficial to me. But I don't understand how these people feel that they have to use power and control. All they got to do is just be themselves. Just be yourself.
Let me throw this to you, Bill. The first time, if you can remember, the first time a woman that you really were head over heels for, or you really liked, rejected you, how did you react?
That was high school. Not so much rejected, because I kind of put myself in a bad situation. Right. Because I was dating somebody else when I really liked the other one. I was trying to make her jealous and stuff. But I mean, I felt bad, but I looked at myself and said, okay, I brought it upon myself. I did that to me. It wasn't her, as I did it to me. And years for a while, I kept thinking, I wish, I even talked to my sister at the time because we were both in high school and I was I'm 2 years older than my sister. And I said, dang, I kind of screwed up. And she goes, yeah, kind of, and I go, well, live and learn, but that was then. But and that was what, 16, 17. So, I get what you're saying, but I didn't take it to the point of just going nuts, just losing it.
Yeah. I will tell you a little story. So I was involved with a wonderful French Canadian gal, and I thought it was going to go all the way. It was going to take the next steps. I had purchased the ring to ask her to marry me, set up an event for us to go out, and right before that, she dumped me.
Hello.
What?
I said, hello, Anna.
No, no. Anna knows this, and I've told her.
Oh, okay.
This. So I did not handle that rejection well. I was mentally unstable. I couldn't focus.
But would you have gone to the lengths of stalking and abusing?
Not abusing. I did stalk one time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this is how everybody handles rejection. I did not handle it well. I did not go to the extremes to commit harm. I went to the extremes where I couldn't accept it, and I just had to understand.
No, I get it.
And evolve.
I get it.
It's how everybody handles rejection. How do you handle it? How do you deal with it?
I will share something with you and with everybody, obviously, because it's going to be out there now. When I got divorced in '89, sorry guys, won't be able to stay in the stream tonight. All right, Brad. Hey, thanks for at least be chiming in. Thanks so much. When I got divorced in '89, I'm not going to go into detail because I'm not going to, but I contemplated suicide because it was very dramatic to me. And obviously I'm glad I didn't, because and wasn't all just me that stopped it. It was my best friend at the time. But anyways, I'll tell you, I can tell that story in the green room, Spence, at some time if you want. But anyways,
the important thing is you took the wisdom of rejection and didn't take it to the extreme level where you acted out against another individual.
Oh no, it wouldn't have been against an individual. It just would have been me. But anyways, that's a whole nother story. But it's crazy how people do things, especially when they got money and things like that. Man, we went on a whole personal situation, which I think is good. It's good because it lets the people out there know we're human. We're human. We're not sitting there talking about somebody that we can't relate to, because we all can relate to something that somebody's going through. We all can.
And I can relate to what he's going through, but to the levels and to the extremes that he took it to,
not so much.
Not so much, because we understand the rational and logical decision and would never take it to the point of committing harm to someone who rejected you. He made that choice, and he's going to have to now live with the consequences.
Right. All right, let's back out of the jackass of the week, and we will continue on with something that I'm going to bring in. I've been wanting to bring in for a while. So let's back out.
You suck, you jackass.
Okay.
So before you go there, CC Motion 1998. Thank you, Denver, for proving once again Josh Allen is a fraud. I got to disagree with that.
Wow.
Because Josh Allen made mistakes, but he's brought Buffalo to a very high level, and he just needs support, and he needs to not make as many mistakes. So Josh Allen being a fraud, no, I would disagree with that, CC Motion. I think he's a great quarterback. He just needs a better voice on the sideline and in his head with an offensive guru who's going to lead him to the next level. So Buffalo's going to be a very interesting team in 2026. So let's see what they can do with a new coaching staff. Well, not new coaching staff, a promoted coaching staff.
Yep. All right. Let's go back to Super Bowl real quick. I meant to bring this a little bit earlier, but during the Super Bowl, there was an instant that occurred that the NFL will never show because they don't want to promote somebody doing exactly this. And this is what happened during the Super Bowl. I believe it was what, the third quarter, fourth quarter?
Third
I think
quarter.
third, fourth quarter, third quarter. All right, here is exactly what happened.
We're going streaky! Yes!
Well, not exactly totally naked, but they went streaky. So, Spence, let me ask you this. A guy runs onto the field. Only his shirt is off, and he's painted with slogans or logos or something to do with some type of a network or I don't know what it was, just something. I didn't really see it from a distance. But anyways, why would somebody who's paying thousands of dollars, high hundreds to thousands of dollars to go to a game, jump on the field, be almost tackled by a Patriot player, and then tackled and then drug off, carried off the field, whatever, for what? I mean, nobody could see it. The network didn't broadcast it. Only the people in the stands were filmed, but that was like hundreds and hundreds of yards away. How does that benefit anybody, and why would anybody do that?
Because they're an attention whore who needs to promote their social media channel so that they can get more views and get more attention for them. Me. Oh, did you see me? Where about me? Oh, yes, I was on the field. Yes, it was about me.
But if you can't read what they're saying, what benefit is it? I mean, I wrote something on the front. I thought it was a political statement, but it wasn't.
We'll get to that comment shortly. No,
Okay.
it's basically this. Someone wants to give themselves they want their 15 minutes of fame. Someone got a sponsor to support them going to the football game and paying $5,000. Someone got a sponsor to support them with legal fees, get out of jail, so that
just promote our network or whatever it was.
Exactly.
Never thought of that.
Self-promotion at the highest level of idiocy. And
Never
that's
thought of
all
that.
it is. And no, this is, you see, Bill, you and I are not trapped in this social media bubble where it's all about your online presence. It's all about views. It's all about that. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, it is.
Wait a minute. We do Friday shows. So, no, I'm just kidding. We're not trapped. We're not trapped in that, guys.
But we're not. Our lives are not built on getting millions of views and millions of attention. So it's like, oh, hello, yes. Oh, look at me.
We're not. No.
But you know what? We just have a wonderful discussion with great football fans who appreciate this. We're not trying to promote. We're not trying to promote our latest breakthrough product, which is going to reverse 20 years of your skin cells at only $500.99.
Oh, one of these?
Yeah, exactly.
That promotes my latest skin seal. Ginsil? Ginsil.
Ginsu knives. Yeah.
All right. Now, since we have a first-time person in the chat, we need to address it. Josh Johnson says, this is my first time here. Thank you so much for being here. Absolutely. Thank you so much. What's your guys, meaning us, opinion on Bo Nix right now? Well, I'll tell you what. Since you brought that up, we are going to skip a couple of topics that I had in line just to get to your question because of the simple fact that you're a first time to the channel. So we're going to go ahead and put these back. I'm going to put these other ones back in order.
And while you're doing that, Josh, if you're a beer drinker, what's your beer of choice? Put it into the chat here and we'll promote that. And maybe I'll get that beer for next week.
There you go. Ooh, hey, we can make this a thing. Okay. So he wants to know what our opinion is on Bo Nix right now. Okay. Here's the topic. And this is right up your alley, Josh, because this will answer your question. 2024 quarterback rankings. If the NFL draft of quarterbacks in 2024 were redrafted based on this season's production, where would you rank them? Here are the quarterbacks. All right. So, Spence, go ahead and write down your rankings from 1 through 6. I've already written down my rankings of 1 through 6. But here are the original 1 through 6 draft in order from the 2024 NFL draft. They were Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Drake May, Michael Penix Jr., J.J. McCarthy, and last, Bo Nix. I have a different order. Would you want to hear mine or do you want to do yours?
You do yours first.
I'm going to go from last to worst. Okay? I would have number 6, J.J. McCarthy. Injury prone, done deal. Bust. Number 5, Michael Penix Jr.
Agreed.
Number 4, Caleb Williams. Okay, hang on. Number 3, Jaden Daniels. Number 2, Drake May. Number 1, Bo Nix. There you go.
The only thing I would do.
There you go, Josh. How come that's not coming up? What is it's not coming up. Something's up. Okay. Anyways, go on. Oh, there it goes. I'll bring it back up because this question was, this is my first time here. What's your guys' opinion on Bo Nix? I said if it was a 2024 draft all over revisited, Bo Nix would be the number 1 draft pick. But of course, Denver wouldn't have gotten him then. We would have probably ended up with J.J. McCarthy, which would have been worse, obviously. So who do you have?
So I agree with you.
Start the bottom. Start the bottom.
Penix. I'd have Drake May at number 4.
Whoa! Really? Why?
Williams at 3.
Whoa, back up. Why would you have Drake May at 4?
I think he just benefited from some weak schedules, and he doesn't have the mobility that Williams, who is number 3, Daniels, who I think is number 2. Daniels just had a brutal season.
Yeah, he did.
Sophomore season. And Bo Nix, number 1.
Of course.
Now, granted, yes, I'm a Broncos man, but at the same time, I have a buddy who works for the Broncos, and they had these 6 quarterbacks in their draft order. Bo Nix was number 2 behind Caleb Williams.
Wow. They actually wanted to take Caleb Williams instead of Bo Nix?
Well, if Caleb Williams was available, but he wasn't available in the first.
I know, but if he was, they would have taken him over Bo Nix?
Probably.
Oh, I would have said that no freaking way.
I talked to him about that, and because I've watched a lot of USC games, and Caleb Williams was great against inferior competition or 500 competition. Anything above that, the high caliber teams, he always folded. Yes, he had a good year this year. He got miracles after miracle after miracle after miracle. I mean, he took the Rams into overtime, or took the Rams in that playoff game into overtime with that miracle throw. So I think Caleb has a chance to learn. Whereas,
but look at what Bo Nix did, falling down, almost hitting his knee and throwing a strike to Cortland Sutton. I mean, come on, man.
And that's why I have Bo Nix number 1.
Yeah,
personally.
That's amazing.
I mean, he and what helps is he has a coach who is teaching him even how to be a better professional.
Oh yeah, and if Webb becomes a play caller, that's even going to be better. That's even going to be better.
That'll be a great discussion topic for another day.
Yep.
So, hang on here, Josh. By the way, the NFL absolutely snubbed the Broncos in the top 100 plays. There were so many good plays that didn't make it absolutely crazy. You know what?
NFL cannot stand Denver. They absolutely do not like Denver.
No, and it's Josh. This is being your first time here. I say two things. One, NFL stands for the National Favoritism League, and two, the NFL does with the media and the NFL. Football does not exist west of the Mississippi River. Yeah, they kind of look at Kansas City or anything like that, but anything in the Mountain or Pacific time zone doesn't exist for the NFL media and the NFL per se.
Let's ask Josh to do us one big favor. Josh, would you do us a huge favor? It takes literally seconds of your time. Hit the thumbs up button, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We would greatly appreciate it. We always appreciate first timers here. Thank you so much. We'd like to know how you found our channel, because we really do appreciate the fact that that you're here and that you're voicing your opinion and your comments. Oh, sweet. He said it. Go ahead, hit it again. I did both already. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Josh.
And Josh,
really means
while we talk primarily Broncos here, we're fans of football in general. So we welcome, as you've seen, we've got Patriot. We don't have any Patriot fans this time because they're all still crying, but we have Buffalo fans. We have Bear fans. We have Raider fans. We have fans of everybody. And we
bring in different topics across the league.
We're all on one big couch in a sports bar, just yapping and talking to each other. Bill and I are leading the discussion, but we enjoy having
Where's my couch? I ain't got no couch. Where's my couch?
Your wife has it.
My wife has my wallet.
That
and my couch. It's okay. Oh no, I have the couch. When I'm in the doghouse, she says, I think you need to go sleep in the guest room. Why? Because we have our granddaughter and she doesn't want you up here. She's 9 years old, which I get. So I sleep with when my granddaughters are, which will be this week, and so my grandson, then we'll sleep in different rooms, which is fine.
Oh, that's a lot better than me. I get a cushion outside on the grass.
Wow. Gets kind of cold at night, doesn't it?
I actually sleep better in the cold, if you can believe it.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to get too personal, so I'm not going to, but
Go for
it. Are you a warm-blooded sweeper? Warm-blooded sleeper or a cold-blooded? In other words, do you need the blankets up around your neck? I do. No?
No.
How about Anna?
Yes.
Really? So you're out. So same with that. So Susie, my wife, she's like laying on top of the covers, and I'm like grabbing them and pulling them up around my neck, man. That's crazy. Hey, they say opposites attract. So, hey, Jack Kenna, what is
Yeah.
and S and S.
All right, Susan, Stacy, Steven.
Josh, unfortunately, I gotta get back to work, fellas, but enjoy the rest of the stream. I'll definitely be back here. Thank you so much, John. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you so
really
much,
do appreciate
Josh. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And,
thanks so much.
Oh, and I did ask him of his beer of choice, Bush Apple. Okay, I'll look for it.
Bush Apple, never heard of it. Maybe it's like not beer. Maybe it's a what are the things they call it?
Cooler.
Yeah, one of the things. Yeah.
Right. Uh-oh. Hang on.
What?
Cheers, Jack. I'm actually, as I promised some of the New England fans who are, of course, are not here, I'd have Sam Adams this week for them. No one's here, and you're already on number 5. I got to restrict to 3 for the show.
Wow, we have a British person in the house.
It says, no.
Nick sucks. Defense carried him. Okay, I will agree to half of that. Half of that is the defense did carry the Broncos offense. You're right, absolutely right in a lot of games. But go back to that Giants game where the Broncos scored 33 points in the fourth quarter. The defense didn't score 33 points. The defense did not score 33 points in that fourth quarter. The offense did. So, yes, the defense did carry the Broncos for the majority of the season. I will give you that. But
And also,
not
how about this? We're down by 14 in Philadelphia.
Yep.
Who brought that crack? Who brought that comeback? Bo Nix and the offense. The defense just stopped Philadelphia. So,
yeah, true.
no,
all right.
Hey, Gaston, who's your team of choice? We wanted to hear from you on that.
United Kingdom.
And no, I think that's a Confederate flag.
Okay. Now, you ready for this?
Let's hear it.
A new head coach. Well, there's been 8 of them.
Mm-hmm.
With the Pittsburgh Steelers having a new head coach in Mike McCarthy, Aaron Rodgers is open to returning to the Steelers as a quarterback, per Tom Pelissero. Tom Pelissero says, and I quote, "The odds are increasing that Aaron Rodgers returns to the Steelers next season," end quote. Why? Because he loves McCarthy. McCarthy knows him. But why would you want a freaking 40? What? How old is he? 43, 42?
43.
He'll
be 43 when the season starts.
And Tom Pelissero says the odds are increasing that he'll be back.
If McCarthy wants to keep his job in Pittsburgh, he needs to go a different direction because.
But here's a question I have for you. Does that make any sense moving forward? I mean, sure, you may have familiarity, but the bottom line is the Steelers have always. I mean, go back to the days of steel curtain. Go back to the domination the Steelers had in the 70s and the early 80s, and now they're a fragment. Or just an image, not even image. They're just a fragment of what they used to be. And now you got a 43-year-old guy who likes to go down south wherever and do the hookah pipe or whatever. What the fudge? Seriously? The Steelers are becoming a joke. I'm sorry to say it, but they are becoming an absolute NFL joke.
Well, that's if Mike McCarthy wants to risk his career, his legacy, his coaching job on a 43-year-old has-been quarterback. I'll say has-been quarterback because Aaron Rodgers thinks he's still in his late 20s and has all the skills and abilities. No, he does not. So do you want to put the legacy of your first year of a job and your Pittsburgh legacy? Pittsburgh doesn't fire coaches.
Jack Kenneth said Pittsburgh signing McCarthy didn't make sense as head coach.
I think it does unless McCarthy has a quarterback in mind. I will tell you that. There's got to be someone out there. But if McCarthy is going to put Rodgers as his number one quarterback back there, it might be a short tenure for McCarthy.
Yeah. All right, we've got. I know I usually say the last 2 topics. We got one more before that. I'm not going to show them until we get the last 2.
Hey,
go
Griffin,
Buffalo!
Go Bills! Nice.
Hey Griffin, thank you so much for chiming in. Really do appreciate it. Absolutely. Gaston says Prescott goes to Pittsburgh.
Ooh, wait a minute. I think Prescott's still under con.
Well, they could trade. He could ask for a trade.
You know what? That
Dak
would make
Prescott.
a lot of sense. That would make
then Aaron Rodgers would be out, no doubt.
Of course. But if the Steelers can get Prescott and put those two back together.
Well, who would be the Cowboys quarterback then? They'd have to draft.
They'd have to draft.
Ooh, and that's a rebuild then.
Which, well, hey, they've got draft picks.
Yeah. Brad H. Hey, by the way, Brad, thanks again so much for your comment last week by saying that we're the best Broncos show. Really do appreciate that, man. Thank you so very much.
We'll always prioritize your comments after that.
Absolutely. No doubt about it, man. Free agency is right around the corner, gentlemen. Let's hope we get some good players this time to make our star quarterback even better. We need wide receivers. We need some wide receivers, and we need some running backs, offensive line. I mean, the list is endless, but it's true.
Let me comment on that. I think we need wide receivers, but we don't need a number one with an ego of a number one, with an attitude of a number one. We need good quality wide receivers.
Hold on a second. Can you take that topic and run with the next topic? I gotta go check on Caesar real quick.
No worries. So oh my gosh, my daughter's texting me. Sorry about this. So Brad, sorry about this. Their free agency is right around the corner, gentlemen. Let's hope we get some good players this time to make our star quarterback even better. Well, we've got about $25 million in cap space. So the issue is we've got unrestricted free agents that we need to possibly re-sign. I think some of them might have been Singleton, Dobbins, Franklin, Myers. So you've got the issue. What made us so good last year is that we had so much cap space and we could go out there and get everybody we need. But we had a lot of great signings. Bonito with that signing, Sutton with the signing. So our cap space is limited. So that's where this offseason is going to be very interesting for the Broncos. They're going to have to make some real tough choices with players who were part of the team who are now unrestricted free agents or maybe even restricted free agents. Do we bring them back? And is there someone out there, a resource out there that we can sign that would bring value to our team? So not a whole lot, not as much cap space as we had going into the offseason between 24 and 25. So it's going to be very interesting. But right now, I think offensive line is a need. I think running back, if we can't get Dobbins for a reasonable contract, running back is a need also. And wide receiver, I really do like our receiving core. I think they just need another off season working with Bo Nix, getting more into rhythm. That's going to help them benefit them for the 28 or 26 season.
All right. Sorry about that, guy. Just had to check in.
Hey, stuff happens.
Yep. Appreciate it.
So,
all right. Third last topic, or third counting down to the last topic. Denver Broncos are focusing on having their new stadium open for the 2031 season. It will have a retractable roof, as we all know, which will give the Broncos a shot at hosting a Super Bowl. However, that isn't the sole reason for the retractable roof. Wait a minute. If they've always wanted the Super Bowl in Denver, and that's not the sole reason? No. Here it is. Per Greg Penner, the retractable roof is critical for flexibility to host massive indoor events like the Super Bowl, as well as the NCAA Final Four, which are restricted by the NFL for open air stadiums. That is fantastic. A lot of people don't want the Broncos to have a retractable roof or a dome, so to speak, or a way to close it, because they say, well, the elements should be allowed. Okay, it will be allowed during football games, maybe to benefit the Broncos. But if you're going to have an NCAA Final Four or you're going to have a Super Bowl, the NFL will not allow you to have oh, I'm sorry, unless it's New York in Super Bowl 48 when the Broncos were just, that was a debacle. Of that whole thing in New York in Super Bowl 48. We're not going back there. But anyway, that was an open stadium in bad weather, and the NFL, a lot of, why? Oh, that's right. What Spencer says. He says it's a national favoritism league. It's the East Coast favoritism. That's why. But it won't happen in Denver because nothing good happens west of the Mississippi. Anyways, so the Broncos say, okay, we're going to counteract that. We're going to put a retractable roof. We can open and close it at our discretion, and we can bid for a Super Bowl. So the Denver Broncos want to bid for a Super Bowl once the stadium is built and open for the 2031 season. They're going to bid for a Super Bowl they hope to get in 2035. Spence, do you welcome a do you welcome a Super Bowl in the new stadium in Denver? Do you welcome a Super Bowl in Denver? Or do you wish it would still be an open roof and non-retractable?
Well, I see both aspects of it. From the football aspect, fan, we want it open. We want weather. We want the snowstorm. I enjoy that. From a business aspect, do you think you can have concerts in the off season in an open air stadium? No. Do you think you can host special conventions in an open air stadium? No. So I see what the Penner family is doing. They want to have a retractable roof so that you can close it off and you can have those special events that bring in 50, 60,000 fans and makes more business for you guys.
Well, now, here's okay, go ahead real quick.
No, I was going to say, remember when we first started talking about this topic, you said, what is all the perks that has to be next to the stadium? One of them, I remember you saying they have to have 2 bowling alleys next to the stadium. They also have to have a golf course next to the stadium. How can you have a golf course in the middle of winter in Colorado next to the stadium? Now, bowling alleys, hey, yeah, I'm up for that, but I see the business aspect of this long term. This is not just getting a Super Bowl. This is getting more business with regards to concerts, conventions, special events, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The Super Bowl just brings in 1 week of business, where if you do it right, then you're going to bring in multiple other aspects of business, like concerts and other conventions and other things that I'm not even thinking about. Maybe even a special soccer event.
Oh yeah, they're talking about the what's that big thing for soccer? The World Cup. They're talking about the World Cup.
There you go. But the stadium won't be built by the time the World Cup comes in 2028.
No, but it could. I mean, they're talking about the stadium opening in 2031. Now, I don't have it on my phone. I thought I saved it, but I didn't. But I have it somewhat stored up here. That they're already going to start breaking ground next month on the Barnum Yard or whatever it's called. Retractable brick is for off-season money. Absolutely, of course it is.
That's
the reason they want the money. 365. So they're going to start breaking ground next month. They're talking about 4 track lines or rail lines coming in to the area. 4 different rail lines They're talking about massive parking. They're talking about putting hotels and shops and everything all around the area. It is going to be massive, dude. It's going to be massive, and it's going to bring in bank. It's going to bring bank for the city of Denver.
And what I talked about is sports entertainment right now is not just professional sports. It is the sports bar, the hotel, the supermarkets, the family entertainment, all the peripheral stuff that goes on, because you do not just own the stadium. You want to own the stadium and the surrounding area so you can control the environment and control the influx of revenue for your organization. And so that's what the Penner family did, is you're not just purchasing the space for the stadium. You're purchasing the space for the parking lot. You're purchasing space for a mall. You're purchasing space for a hotel, for a sports bar, for an entertainment area, for bowling alleys, for a golf course. I
think I read 150 acres.
Yes.
That's insane, dude. That's insane.
They control all that aspect. Yes.
And they own it. It's not like where Mile High is now or in Power Field, whatever. They don't own the land. They bought it. They bought it recently.
They're leasing the land.
Oh, they're leasing land. They bought the stadium. That's what they bought.
Right. So
they bought the stadium.
But this is sports entertainment now. It used to be in the 80s and 90s, you had a franchise and you leased out the stadium. You did this, you leased this out. Now it's about controlling that aspect so you can have revenue ventures, not just for football, but as a few people have said here, Cairo, you got to have off-season revenue also that is stabilizing the franchise and the organization too. So it's not just sports entertainment, it's sports, family, business, and other entertainment.
And you know who started that, in my opinion? And I hate to say it, but it is
Jerry
Jones.
Yep.
Jerry Jones with the Dallas Cowboys built that stadium, bought the land, built that stadium, and just runs it 365.
And he owns all everything. The hotels, all the peripheral land, everything is his business venture.
Yeah. And you know what? That is brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant. Because if you have to pay somebody else for what you're doing, you're losing money. But when you own it and people are, excuse me, hit the microphone again. When people are paying you, it's all revenue. It's all revenue. And that's, Walton Penner Ownership Group. I mean, Walton Penner brought in some great guys. Greg Penner brought in some great people, Condoleezza Rice and others. These people know what it takes to be at the top, to do what benefits and gets the maximum amount of your investment. And Walton Penner, Rob Walton did not, and granted, he's not the one who started Walton or Walmart, but he's the one who inherited, and he learned from his dad that this is how you run a business. And Rob Walton is no idiot. He's no dummy. He brought in some great people to run the organization for the Broncos. Now, he's the one with the money, but he trusts Greg Penner and he trusts Condoleezza Rice. He trusts the ownership group to do what's best. And sure, they got to clear it with him. But I'll tell you what, they are making moves like of the life, Spence. We've never seen this in a Bronco, in a Colorado organization. We've never seen moves like this. We haven't seen it with the Rockies. We haven't seen it with the Nuggets. We haven't seen it with the Avalanche. I mean, sure, we've seen organizations, but not moves like this when it comes to major stadium investment, major property investment, major decisions to be made down the road. I'm excited. I'm excited. I don't know about you, but I'm excited.
I'm excited. And this is welcome to the new business world where you have to be multi-tiered 12 months out of the year.
Yeah. 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 All right. We are now officially down to, let me get it going, the last two topics of the show.
The boss is happy.
I know she is. All right. Now, which one do you want first, Spence? You want me to do
Commercials.
the commercials? Okay, I figured that one. All right. Now, Super Bowl commercials. Every year, the Super Bowl strives to bring out the best in the game as well as the commercials. However, they aren't cheap. This year's 30-second commercial costs anywhere between 8 to 10 million per 30 seconds.
Yep.
Ooh, tell me the NFL ain't making money. Of all of those shown this past Sunday, Spence and those in the chat, what was your favorite?
Honestly, it has to go to the top. Was the YouTube television ad with Kelsey, only because it involved
Travis Kelsey?
not Travis Kelsey, the
Kelsey
brother.
Grammer?
No, not
Kelsey.
Travis Kelsey, his brother. Basically, they were promoting YouTube television, and everything was meh. It was meh, meh, meh. And the reason I love it is because my nephew, Dylan, says meh all day long. But the thing is, he spells it MEAH. In the television commercial is MEH. Meh. All the judges went meh. Everything was meh, meh, meh. And I could not stop laughing every time they came on. I just loved it because it hit me personally. So that was my definite number one advertisement. What was your number one?
My favorite is Sentimental. Sentimental because I love animals and I love this country and I love our American symbol. And I love the Budweiser commercial with the little eagle that was flopping around, and you had this little, pony. And then you got to understand, Budweiser is celebrating 150 years. America's celebrating 250 years in the same year this year, and to see that, and I watched how they filmed it, how they made it. It was amazing. I'll have to send that YouTube video to you, Spence. It was amazing how they did it. But it was actually really an eagle. It was actual eaglet, and it was actually an eagle on the back of the horse that jumped that log or whatever, and the eagle flew off. It was actually real, and it was done spectacularly, and I loved it because I love this country. I love the eagle. I love animals and I love birds, and that was my favorite. Now, let me ask you this. Was there any commercial that you didn't really what was that whole thing about William Shatner and the whole freaking Razor Brand thing?
Thank you. That was kind of a waste of about $10 million.
What was that? I'm here to bring you. What was it? I'm here to bring something about not bowels, but what was it called? Like when you eat things like that digestive systems. It was just weird. And then I didn't get the whole crypto stuff, and there's some. There were some great commercials. Other commercials, you're just kind of like, huh? Yeah.
Why?
And then there was one with the Friends. What was her name? There's a Friends commercial. They have. Somebody told me that this whole.
Oh, that's right. Dunkin' Donuts.
Yes. Yes.
that one.
That one was good. That one was good. And the whole I heard that it was all about, retro. That's why you had William Shatner. That's why you had the French people. That's why you had some other, people from the past are trying to bring, kind of like a retro thing because of the whole, 250 America celebrated going back in time and whatever. Yeah, there was some crazy ones. There was some good ones. There was one that was funny. I can't remember which one.
Well, you're thinking of that. Who in the chat? What was your favorite commercial? We'd love to hear what you guys loved.
Oh, the Eagles lineman. That was it. Kelsey.
Yeah.
The Eagles lineman. Not Travis. It was, God, what is his name? The likable one. I like Kairos. I wish I could make 7 to 8 million in 30 seconds. I wish I could make 7 or 8 million in my life.
I wish I could make $7 or $8 in 30 seconds. Well,
you can when you bet like you do.
When you bet at Los Alamitos in the quarter horse racing, you can make it that much in 30 seconds. There you go.
Yeah. Well, a horse race takes longer than 30 seconds, doesn't it?
No, not a quarter horse racing. They do.
Oh, well, yeah.
They do it in about 19.
Jack's with me, man. He said he loved that Budweiser commercial. I loved it. I wish I could show it to you guys now, but we would get copyrighted, so I can't. But just go back and watch it. The commercials were good. Let's see.
Jason Kelsey.
That's it. I don't know why we can't figure him out. Okay. We are now just a joke for the donkey with the vulture on it. No, it wasn't a donkey. It was a Clydesdale, which is a horse.
There, he's trying to get under your skin.
I know donkeys are not 6'8" or whatever. Jack, you're banned from the show. Not really. Just kidding. All right. Last topic of the show. And here it is, Spence. This is interesting because this is right up your betting alley. And here it is. The Denver Broncos came within one game of making it to the Super Bowl 60. So one would think their odds per Vegas would be higher on the list. Not so fast. The top 5 teams are Seattle plus 750, Rams plus 800, Ravens, what? Ravens plus 1,200, Buffalo Bills also plus 1,200? You got to be kidding me. And the Packers plus 1,300? Nah, I don't see that. In the AFC West, here are the odds. And this will shock you, Spence.
Oh,
if it doesn't shock you, then something's wrong with you. Want me to start from the bottom or from the top?
Start from the top.
You sure?
Start with the 2 sucker bets.
Number 1 in the AFC West. Chiefs? Nope. Broncos? Nope. No, it can't be the Raiders. Nope. Chargers plus 1,500. Chiefs plus 1,600. Broncos plus 2,000. And the Raiders. Get out your wallet. This could be a big payday. The Raiders plus 12,500. crap. 12,500. But the Chargers ahead of the Chiefs and the Broncos? Are you freaking kidding? There is no freaking way. No. I am not buying that. I am not buying it. Spence, why do you think and feel that the Vegas odds have put the Chargers ahead of the Broncos when the Broncos were AFC champions, AFC West champions, home field advantage, and came within 3 points or 4 points because 3 points were tied. They came within a game of going to the Super Bowl. Why are the Chargers, who lost in the first round, the wild card round, are ahead of the Broncos and Chiefs? I don't get it.
They're playing to the bettors, the suckers, the people who are like, oh yeah, like New England should not be 15-1 to win the Super Bowl. I mean, they had a cherry picking schedule. They got exposed by the Broncos. They got exposed by Seattle. They shouldn't be that way. The other thing I saw was that San Francisco, with all their situation and salary cap issues, they're 18-1 or 1,800-1 to win the Super Bowl. Jacksonville is 20-1 with Denver also. And the one that blows me away is Baltimore is 12-1. Really, with all their problems, all their issues, all their lack of salary cap. I mean, they cannot go out and get any free agents. They've got issues, and you're going to what they're doing is when they set these odds, they're seeing, okay, in 2025, where'd all the money come from? They look at those teams where they got most of the money, and they're like, okay, let's lower their odds, make it more reasonable, and try to sucker in people like Jack to bet $10 on the Raiders. Oh,
$10.
He bet $10 on it. There we go. Look,
wow. On the Raiders to what? Finish last?
You never know. No, the Raiders won't be finishing last.
No.
Back, but this is.
I don't mean last in the NFL. I just meant last in division.
You know what? This is just a teaser plate. This is just an appetizer plate. We haven't had free agency. We haven't had the draft. We haven't had preseason. This is just a little taste for you guys out there who love throwing money away. I mean, you hear stories about, someone threw 50,000 at 60-1 for New England. How about the guy who bet $2 million on New England to cover? Oops. How about the guy who bet 1.2 million on New England to cover? Oops. How about the guy who bet $1 million on New England to cover? Oops.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read about those.
This is just a taste test. This is kind of a feeler out. They put these initial odds out and they wait and see how it's going to go. I wouldn't be surprised if the odds come down on Seattle, come down on the Rams, come down on the Broncos, and probably come down on maybe the Chargers because it is an LA team and you do have a lot of money in LA, so you never know. But
I wouldn't mind putting, maybe $50, $100 on the Broncos to make it to the Super Bowl. I mean, the odds are what? What did I say the odds were on the Broncos?
20-1.
20-1.
This
so you put $100 on, you win what? 2,000?
Is this to make it to the Super Bowl or win the Super Bowl? I think it's win the Super Bowl.
No, it says making it to Super Bowl.
Oh, making it.
Making it to Super Bowl.
21's good for the Broncos. I will tell you this. Any of you Raven fans who want to, I'll back your bet because I don't see the Ravens being there anytime soon.
Again, making the Super Bowl, Seattle 75-1.
7.5-1.
Or 7.5. What is 750? That's what it says there. Rams 800.
Mm-hmm.
Ravens 1,200. Bills 1,200, Packers 1,300. In the AFC West, it's the Chargers 1,500, the Chiefs 1,600, the Broncos 2,000, and the Raiders 12,500. So if you put $100 on the Raiders to make it to Super Bowl, you can. If they make it, you make bank. Right?
We make bank, and we unfortunately just got the word from the bank, the boss, that we kind of need to wrap up things.
I know. This is the end of the show anyways. All right. As we wrap it up, Spence, go ahead and run down those in the chat. Thanks each and every one of you for participating. Thank you so much, Spence. Wrap it up.
Amen to that. Victory Lap, thank you for jumping in first today. Hope you have a great night. You're working too hard. You're working very hard. Daniels, 1883, thank you for being part of the show. William Barrett, hi, William. How you doing? David Yonkin, I hope you are resting comfortably and you have an incredible candy striper nurse who just has your attention and is taking good care of you. Jason Jimenez, hello to you too. Madungus, bring back Bill brings frustration. No.
Wow, you said his name right.
Maybe it's the summer ale. It helps with that. Jimin 819, thank you so much for being a part of the show. Rojas Raymond, thank you so much for being part of the show. Clayton, hey, thank you for being a part of the show tonight. Squirrel, who's a Buffalo fan. It'll be interesting to see how you guys rebuild with the new coaching staff. Paul Smith, thank you very much. He's a big Dallas fan. Thank you very much for being part of the show. CC Motion thinks Josh Allen is a fraud. He's not a fraud. He just had a bad game against a great defense. But thank you for being part of the show. Brad H. checking in. We're always going to give you high kudos. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. Josh Johnson, a first-timer, loves Bush Apple drinks. Thank you so much, Josh, for being a part of the show. We really appreciate it. Gaston Draco thinks that Nix is not a good player. Well, he got to the AFC Championship game. End of sentence. Jack Kenna, are you on beer number 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 15?
I'll find out when he calls me.
Amen. Thank you for being a part of the show. And Cairo, thank you for chiming in and being a part of the show. We appreciate all you guys chiming in, being a part of the show, being a part of this great discussion. We have a lot of fun, and thanks to you guys, we really enjoy doing this show. Bill, take us out.
All right, so we're going to cut out of here really quick because I don't want Anna to come in here with a noose around Spence's neck and pulls him away from the show. So, guys, thank you so much for being part of the show, being in the chat. Guys, we look forward to you each and every Friday. Have a fantastic President's Weekend. That's right. Have a very, very fantastic President's celebration Monday, a long weekend, wherever you may be, whatever you may be doing. Enjoy yourself. Stay safe. Guys, we want to see you here next Friday in the chat. Till then, guys, have a fantastic weekend. We will talk to you next Friday. Till then, bye-bye.
Bye, Dad.
Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down 'cause the